that we are, as Northern Statliam, being offered access to the vaccine.
It's a very valuable thing to be given to us.
I miss the gatherings. I miss, having people coming into my community.
What I've missed most since the pandemic started is spending quality time with my family.
Seeing elders every day, hearing their stories.
I miss the hugs.
I miss all the outings, and I miss work mostly because I love the children.
I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Yesterday, 10 doses of the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine were administered in the Northern Statliam Territory. The decision to ask for these 10 doses was made between community leadership to try to utilize some media footage to promote uptake of the upcoming Moderna COVID vaccine in communities in the Northern Statliam Territory. The 10 doses were provided by Interior Health Authority in partnership with First Nations Health Authority. Community leadership determined that they would be happy to participate in being the first recipients of the vaccine in their nation to help their community members feel at ease to accept this vaccine into their lives. They also decided that it would be wise to include some local health professionals, elders, and a youth representative to help share the kind words about the vaccine. The vaccine for me means another chapter in this COVID-19 story that we're all a part of. It is not a fix. It is not going to mean you don't need to wear your mask. We still need to abide by all of the public health guidelines, and unfortunately, the end is going to be a little while away yet, but this is the start of the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm really excited to be here today to get the vaccine. It seems like a long time coming, and today seems like I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Working in the hospital and working in the clinic, it's been really stressful over the past several months, and now that the vaccine is here, it's nice to know that I don't have to worry about transmitting the virus between patients at the clinic or at the hospital. I don't have to worry about bringing it to long-term care or home to my family. So it's just one less thing to be able to worry about. And I'm really excited to be here today because this is it's like a step now to working together for healthier communities and wellness together. And I'm really grateful to have this opportunity to have the vaccine.
Cure for this virus that's going around.
Yeah, I think it's an important step for us to protect our communities, ourselves, and our families. So it's a very valuable thing to be given to us.
I'm happy to have gotten the shot today. I'm happy that we are, as Northern Statliam, being offered access to the vaccine now. And I'm, as the chief of my community, I'm urging our members to come out on vaccine day and get the shot. The reason that I think it's important is we have a lot of vulnerable people who have health issues. I myself have asthma, I'm a diabetic, I'm over 65. I have a number of issues that make this vaccine more important. And I urge my community members to get the vaccine. I believe that to keep all of our elders and our children and our members safe, that we all need to take that into consideration. It isn't about our personal issues, it's about the community. So that's why I urge people to get the vaccine.
Well, it means several things. It's, getting back with my family, having those, monthly family dinners. That was really bringing us closer together. We did it a lot with my mom, and then she passed away, and it was my way of making sure that my family was still getting together because we get so busy with our lives. It's not something that we stop and do. I miss the gatherings. I miss, having people coming into my community and drumming. I miss, I miss fighting with BC Hydro. That's why I want to get this. I want to get back to some of the good fights, that we often get ourselves in, and, this kind of, set us back a little bit. We got to fight over Zoom, but it'd be nice to get back in front of people at a table and actually really negotiate some, some good progress and a good path forward for us here in the Statlium.
Means that it's another line of defense against COVID-19, and it'd be part of, wearing our masks, keeping our distance, constantly keeping our hands clean. These are things that are important for us in these times. It's going to take watching the news. Justin Trudeau has said that at least until September, until every citizen in Canada has the opportunity to be vaccinated. So we have a long ways to go, and I think this is going to be here for a while. So this is it's another line of defense against the COVID.
The shot that I got, I was kind of scared to get it for a while. I'm still shaking inside. I think I'm glad I got it because I want to protect my family, my son and his girlfriend, and especially my grandbaby. And for everybody else that's around, that comes around, my nurse and that come to see me. And when I go see the doctor downtown, I've been going a lot to Kamloops to see my specialists, all my doctors at the Royal Inland Hospital, and I may have to go back, and I'm glad for that. I'm glad I got a vaccine to protect everybody and to protect myself and my family and everybody else that I meet.
It's a new beginning for what we're going to expect normalcy to look like. And it's a nice restart to hopefully not get back to where we were, but to build on what happened, how we can be stronger, and come together as a community again.
Today I came in to get my vaccine, and I do admit that I had some reservation on getting my vaccine for the COVID-19, mainly because it is so new and that it is just coming out there. But I myself felt confident enough to put my name forward to be one of the first ones to get vaccinated. I've never had any issues with being vaccinated in the past or even having flu shots, and so I felt like I was a safe candidate to get my vaccine, and that and I guess I wanted to see if I would have any reaction to it, and it's been at least about 20 minutes and I haven't had any reaction, but of course I'd have to wait for the next few days. I think what this vaccine has done is that it will give me a more sense of security when I'm around others, because I know that not everybody can get this vaccine, and so by me having it, and if I'm around others that aren't able to get it, then at least I'll feel assured that I'm not going to get, or at least I'll be more assured that I'm not going to get the COVID-19 and pass it on to anybody else. So those are one of the reasons why I did get the vaccine, as well as just to find out if I would have any kind of reaction that I might be able to share others of my experience. Of course, getting the vaccine doesn't completely assure that not anybody is going to get it, right? Because I still have to be careful and be mindful of how I am around others. Like, I still feel like I would need to use protection, whether it's a mask or stay 6 feet away from people. So, I know it doesn't take all the fears away, but I think it does alleviate some of the fears. You know, it is just one step, but we still have a long ways to go, I think. So thank you.
I've missed most since the pandemic just doing healthcare, seeing people in person. Seeing people or talking to people over the phone is not the same as seeing people in person, and the relationships that you have with patients and family and friends and community. And I'm happy that this is one step closer to being able to do those things.
Freedom, going out, visiting my great-grandkids, having fun with them, and a little argument here and there and make it fun. Oh, just about everything. I just don't like sitting at home.
I miss community gatherings, and I miss having big dinners and sharing meals together, and I miss being able to freely give hugs and handshakes, and I miss our family gatherings too. We had the smallest Christmas ever, so I'm looking forward to a big Christmas next year.
Yeah, I miss the hugs too. I feel like even now, I catch myself before I do.
So I've been, what has it been, 9 or 10 months? And I miss the gatherings. I miss seeing my grandchildren. I haven't seen my grandchildren in many months because they live on the coast and we're not allowed to travel. They're not allowed to travel here. So I miss seeing them. I miss seeing family members. I just recently lost my brother. We weren't able to gather to send him off properly. So there are a lot of things that we need to do to make up for those opportunities. And so those are the kinds of things I missed. I miss my band meetings. We had one every month. We haven't had one for like 10 months. I miss our community dinners. We had one every month. We haven't had one for months.
You never want to say it, but sometimes it's just getting on the road and traveling and just being able to stay somewhere and relax and, and then just worry about traveling again. But I'm grateful that I've actually been able to stay home, reflect and connect back with, not only my family, but my roots, decluttering the house, getting it organized, looking through old photographs, finding, really old memories and wondering what to do and being able to pass them down to family members. Those are the things that, that I guess I don't really miss since the vaccine started, but it helped, I think, a lot of us stay home and be happy about being home instead of traveling. Traveling's very stressful. But that is actually, and to be honest, I will say it is one of the things that I missed. I wasn't a big traveler. I wasn't a big flyer. I'd rather drive and, cranks, tunes cranked, and, away we go. And always to meetings, again, to fight the good fight.
What I've missed most since the pandemic started is spending quality time with my family, gathering together. We used to always meet and spend time together as a family. My brothers, my sisters, my mom, my dad, the kids, they all got to be together and socialize. And we've been, in this since March of last year, and in the last few months, I think October, the numbers were starting to climb, and Dr. Bonnie Henry had made the recommendation that we need to close our bubbles. We need to make our bubbles small again so we can reduce the amount of people that contract the COVID-19 virus, which I think has been working very well. We wear our masks, keep our hands clean, and stay in our bubbles. Bubbles are small right now, and it's important to keep everyone safe. If the virus only moves by humans themselves, it doesn't, it doesn't move on its own. We are part of that process. So it's important for us to use as much lines of defense as we can, and the vaccine is one of those things. And,
What I really missed since COVID came around, I miss all the outings, and I miss work mostly because I love the children. I've been off since March when the COVID came around. I stopped working to protect myself and my family, and I guess the children that I work with at the daycare down here, I really miss everybody. I miss coming out, meeting a lot of people in town. I miss everybody and everything that I used to do. I've been idle now since March, and I can feel it.
Seeing elders every day, hearing their stories, seeing them smile, giving them a big hug. That's what I miss most.
And I do feel safer. The vaccine now makes me feel like it's just another added level of protection. Not that we can let our guard down, we still have to wear masks and physically distance from people, but it's one other layer to make our bubble a little bit safer. And we do this now to be safe as individuals, we do it for our families to be safer, but overall we do it for our communities, to make our communities safe. And I think what's different from yesterday is our communities are going to be a little bit safer and our bubble is a little bit stronger until collectively all of us together can have immunity from COVID, and COVID can just be something that we remember from the past and not something that's part of our everyday lives.
I'm getting there, but I hear it takes a while for it to sink in, about 30 days or something.
Well, we gotta have 2 doses, so we gotta have 1 more dose.
Yeah. I can't wait for it.
And what's changed since yesterday for you?
Rushing around, getting ready to come down here.
Less anxious about getting my vaccine. I think that's changed from yesterday. Is I feel good that we did this today. I feel good that I did it with my grandma. So, Cookston.
And I do feel safer now with the vaccine, with it being offered, with people being able to take the vaccine in great numbers. I think our communities will be protected. All the things that we did, all the sacrifices that we made, we were able to keep it away until just recently. It's here now, and we're not going to be able to stop it. This is the only way we're going to be able to stop it, is if we take the vaccine. So I urge my community members to take the opportunity that's being offered to them and get the vaccine when they're called to do it. Thank you.
Yes, I do. You know, I know that there's another shot that is coming for all of us, you know, but it's something that we need. It's something, you know, that I think our people have gone through before, and they didn't have a vaccine. A lot of our populations, Indigenous populations across the world, were actually wiped out because of diseases from settlers coming, and we didn't have the immune system. We didn't have anything to actually fight it, and this vaccine was developed for the purpose of actually healing us. You know, there was nothing to get in their way. They were given the opportunity, they were given the funds, they were given everything they needed to just focus on it, instead of having people coming in and competing with them all the time to try to develop all these different vaccines. So yes, I do feel a lot safer. You know, we do our research, you know, we try to encourage a lot more people. We're encouraging all of our community members to get vaccinated, and we're also going to be advocating for the District of Lillooet citizens to get vaccinated as well. It doesn't make sense that we're getting vaccinated, yet the town that we all get our services from and the people who are working in those services are not getting the vaccination as well. So I think all of us need to do our part to make sure that the citizens of Lillooet get vaccinated, so we can all feel safe, you know, and so we can gather again like we were starting to. So I just encourage everybody You know, if you're uncertain, the doctors here are ready to answer your questions, to give you that little bit of certainty. And, you know, we got one of the first vaccines, so if I start growing feathers in a few days, you'll know. And that'll be a symptom. Doesn't mean it's going to be the end of it. It'll just be a symptom. But I will keep people updated on how this vaccination has been working for myself, and I'm sure that the other chiefs will as well. So thank you, and Cookston, for giving me the time.
Now that I've been vaccinated, my hopes are that it'll be available for more people in the coming months. I know the first shot gives you 70% chance of fighting the virus, and we get the booster within, I believe, 35 days, and that'll bump it up to 95%. It's not 100% protection, but with this vaccine, it helps the antibodies in our system to learn to fight it off if we do contract it. And so the vaccine will do its part, and maybe, you know, if something does happen, that my symptoms wouldn't be as strong without having the vaccine. You know, there's been people that the virus has affected them quite harshly, and you know, people have ended up in hospitals, close to hospitals, and with this vaccine, it'll teach our bodies to fight it off a lot more, and hopefully we won't be affected as much in the long run. And I'm doing this, you know, just to promote and let our community members know that this vaccine is a good opportunity for us, and you know, everyone has the choice to take it or not, and you know, I support you either way, but I'm here to show that I believe in the vaccine, and I put my name forward for that part. Thank you.
I feel safer now that I got the vaccine, because I was really apprehensive about getting it before. And I talked with my doctor last night. I was telling her I was really scared to get it. And we talked quite a while. I feel safer that I've gotten the vaccine, because being out there, I could have contacted it at any time, and I was scared to go home sometime because of my grandbaby. And usually when I come home from shopping and that, I usually stay in my room all day and make sure it's safe. I guess what is changing for me now is that I'm not so scared anymore, and I'm really glad I got a shot to protect everybody. And I want to say that everybody should get the shot at home, at Shalath, and everywhere else, to protect yourself and your family. It's very important. Thank you very much.
Yes, for sure, I do feel safer. Being able to say that I got vaccinated, and it's more of a reassurance that we're preventing something from exploding or something from happening all over again. And we still have to be vigilant, and this is the first round of vaccines. This is only a first dose, so there's still some precaution around it. And what's changed since yesterday? A feeling of relief that this is almost over, that we're so close. We just have to stick together for another 6 months to a year in order to fully extinguish the pandemic, and hopefully we can come together as a community.
Hey!